You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the only one media group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Yo, hello, and welcome to another awesome episode of Vigilantes Radio. I definitely appreciate all you guys who've been, rocking with the kid. You always call in, oh my goodness. Well, there are over 27,000 of you guys live with us on the phone lines, in our chat rooms, on the browser, and Google Hangout. I appreciate you guys again. I cannot simply express how much that I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I just want to wish you guys a happy Easter. We will be broadcasting tomorrow as well, tomorrow night. We have another interview lined up. But if you don't tune in tomorrow, I'm just going to tell you now, happy Easter. If you're Hebrew, I know you guys are gearing up for the Passover. That means no eating bread and all that kind of good stuff. So it's all good, So enjoy your families, enjoy your time, whatever you got planned for tomorrow and for the upcoming week and month. Just look forward to it, So many times we make problems worse by not wanting to admit they exist. It seems easier to simply avoid the problem rather than to face up to it and deal with it. Ultimately, the avoidance becomes more painful than the original problem. And a lot of guys can relate to that in relationships. Sometimes we just ignore the little small things that really, really get on our nerves. And sometimes small things turn into bigger things, So ironically, the best way to limit life's pain is to accept that some pain is actually necessary. Accept that life is full of problems and that it is through the pain of resolving those problems that we learn to grow. Many people live in a constant state of denial, afraid of the pain it would cause to look their situation straight on in the eye. Yet, as soon as you get past that denial, your situation has already improved. You're able to see the mistakes you've made in the past and to learn from your experience, because that's what it's all about, guys. You're able to clearly evaluate your current situation and construct a workable, realistic plan for your life. Realize that though you are responsible for your actions, you are not defined by what you have done in the past. Everyone makes mistakes. Detach yourself from your problems and then look at them realistically with the goal of solving them, not just letting them be, letting them manifest into something else, letting them multiply like a virus does. You gotta make steps towards resolving them, even if it's just tiny steps. Action is always necessary. So guys, life is definitely full of challenges. I won't deny saying that, but you gotta have the courage to look them clearly, and you'll see that they are all opportunities in disguises. Take that from me, dini-mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond.
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
Yo, hello, and welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Music, or Inside the Book. Inside the Business, where we dive into the minds of the people who create marvelous things. It feels so good to be back with you guys once again. So one time for my people who are indigos, crystalline, or starseeds, or for my Vigilantes audience family, and 2 times for my people who are vegetarian or vegans. If you're like me, we are averaging over 37 1,000 live listeners, and we've been at this for 4 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we are still evolving, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect, and we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on our show, from Grammy Award-winning artists to nominees to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens, or people who think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. And that's V as in Victor. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together, yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. You know the number to dial: 701-801-9813. Text that number to your buddy right now and tell them to tune in to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in the mix directly from our website, onlyonemediagroup.com. Right from the homepage, you can slap that go live button and you'll be right here live in the mix and in the chat room with all of us. Feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here, but only as time permits. Sometimes my guests and I talk entirely too much and we take up the entire hour. And as always, all episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/onlyonemediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, or any app from the Google Play or iTunes Store, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we've ever aired.
How would you love to take your business to the next level? Well, now you can. Just visit classytechnology.com. Let us simplify technology for your business. Our services include website and business mobile app development, local SEO, business technology coaching, digital marketing, even online training courses. That's classytechnology.com. Why wait? Book your free technology consultation today by calling 734-215-7675. Put the passion back into your business and let the team at Classy Technology handle everything for you. That's classytechnology.com, the technology stylists.
Well, you guys are in a treat for tonight. Excuse me. Tonight's interview is and I'm not sure if I'm saying this correctly, but I'm going out on a limb. Look, I researched it all day today, so didn't really come up with anything, but I'm going to take a stab at it. It's the Cvsh Ali interview. And of course, we'll clear that up as soon as you get on. But let me say this clearly. If you don't make it to the end of the interview, or you hung up or cut us off, you're doing yourself a disservice. Ali should have a lot of amazing things to say. But, towards the end of the interview, I think he's going to really drive home the point in speaking about how the art and the music should drive you to want the best for yourself each and every day, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you stand for. And you see, there I go. I'm going to shut up now, and well, I can't really shut up, but you know what I mean, guys. You know me. And we're going to dive into this interview because, again, he's going to tell you the key points much better than I or Vigilantes-Radio could, from a raw, a real, and honest perspective of a man that truly just loves music and played the main starring role in his own life. So with that, let's now welcome him to our show. Mr. Ali, you're now live in the mix with all of us. How's it going?
Yo, what's happening? Hey, man, what's good?
Yeah, man, you got it, man. First things first, man. How do you say your name?
All right, so it's Cvsh Ali.
Kush. Where does that word come from?
The word Kush?
Yeah, that word, the way you say
it.
I've
always been the type of guy to always, to read, to get a higher learning on things. I watch documentaries and stuff like that. And throughout my searches and my studies or whatever, I had learned that, the original name of Africa, before it was conquered or whatever, I don't want to get too deep into all that, the original name was Kush at one point in time.
I never heard of
so
that.
I decided, it's the more you read, the more you know, the more, you know. I actually got it from watching Hidden Colors, actually.
Okay. See, I was under the impression that the original African name before Europeans, you know, I mean, not Europeans, but the Romans took over was how you say that word? Alkebulan, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But
That's like the old.
Yeah,
that's the oldest name that I know. That's kind of like Arabic, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's a lot of things that, you know, we got a little deeper in it, you know, to even know more beyond what they tell us. So yeah, man, I pretty much came up with my name like that, you know, pretty much to start where, you know, the show pretty much what I'm about.
Cool deal. So, all right. So from the get-go, we already know that you're a little deep. You know, you dive deep into material, into information, which is great as an artist, as an individual.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a new year, my brother. How are you feeling? What's been going on with you? How did you kick this new year off?
Oh man, I kicked it off working on the next project. You know, I got more coming as far as music wise for my listeners.
Definitely. All right.
Yeah, I kicked it off the right way, I think.
Definitely. So for the listeners out there who are not familiar with you, what would you say are the defining characteristics of your music?
Well, the defining characteristics of my music would be more of a more introspective, I want to say. Well, I'm always speaking from a point where, you know, I've been in my life or that I know other people can relate to. You know, I try to, you know, touch more on, you know, positive things other than negative things. Mm-hmm. And I've also tried to bring light to negative things in my music as well.
Okay.
I mean,
so what about
as far as that goes?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Now I was gonna say, you know, as far as that goes, I mainly look to inspire everybody that hears my music. You know, not just to inspire them to think one way, but to inspire them to think for themselves.
I like that.
To always, you know, want more than what's given. That's more than what's put in front of you. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So before your album that's out now, before anything remotely that's professional, how did you get your start in music?
Well, yeah, we can talk about that. That was actually, you know, a while ago, man. I want to say like early 2000s, probably late 90s. You know, my older cousins, you know, they actually started this out. You know, they were rapping, you know, freestyling, you know, goofing off, doing stuff like that. And it wasn't until recent, not recent, but like a little while after that, I want to say around the time I was in 8th grade, freshman year of high school, one of my cousins, Smokey Law, actually recorded a mixtape. I want to say he had about 14 or 15 songs on there. And at that time, I thought that was pretty dope. You know, like I always seen them goofing off and freestyling. You know, we were no strangers to hip hop. You know, just coming up listening to, you know, Biggie, Tupac, No Limit, Cash Money. Just as the time went on, you know, we became more and more interested in it. But to see him do that, you know, that's what really made me feel like, yo, I could do that too. Mm-hmm. So I jumped straight into it. You know, I was always looking for my shot. You know, nobody's great at it when they first start out. So, you know, I had to really get better. And eventually I did. You know, here we are today. We got Royal Black going. Smokey Law is the CEO. He's running the whole thing. I'm pretty much like your frontline artist.
Wow. So you've grown tremendously since you first started to be the front runner of a label. Yeah.
I mean, there were times where, you know, I had to, you know, venture out and grow outside of what we have here. You know, we actually just now actually coming back together after a while, after a long time, you know, trying to get things in order. But I think actually it's been a good 2 years since we have been together, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So how much have you learned in the process of gaining exposure? And on that same note, like, what about gaining exposure have you learned that you can share with other artists that, you know, maybe just doing something wrong and trying to figure things out?
Well, when it comes to that, I feel like the only advice I can really give out is just keep doing you. You know, never switch up your craft. Don't try to, you know, conform to what other artists do, or just because you see someone else doing something that's getting like mad attention doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. You know, just stay focused. Just stay focused on what you do best.
Right. Awesome. So the kind of music you do is rap, but you kind of venture into like other elements of hip hop and, you know, some outside elements as well. So when you're doing those different versatile styles or genres, do you have to get into like a different state of mind or attitude? Like, what's your whole process for like just going outside the normal hip hop?
Well, to really like speak on it without going too deep into my process, usually when I make something that's outside of the box of, you know, your usual hip hop sound and usual rap sound, it's really the mood I was in for that day that I did that song, actually. You know, my day, my life usually inspires my music. Something I hear, you know, something I may have done that day, you know, that's what usually inspires a song that's outside of the usual stuff that I do every day, because I write all the time. I'm always writing lyrics, you know, I'm always thinking of the next 16 that, you know, to write, also write actual songs. It's just really just inspired by my daily routine, you know, something different happening that day. Or if it was just great vibes that whole day, you know, I might just come up with something that I don't usually do because it just came to me, you know.
Okay. So what is about Chicago that continues to be a good home for the music of Cvsh Ali?
Well, when you speak on Chicago, you know, you gotta mention Chief-Keef, G Herbo, lil-bibby, lil-durk. You know, you gotta mention those names, and they all come with a particular style. We'll continue to make Chicago a great place for me, for my music. For one, I was born and raised there. You know, I've lived everywhere in the Chicago area pretty much. I've been doing this for a while. I'm much older than the artist. Not much older, but I'm slightly older than the artist that, you know, I've just named. But I'm also entirely different. You know, not different as in, you know, outdated or sound like something that came before them. I'm more so different as far as the message, first and foremost. And, you know, just my particular image and my style and music, you know. I'm not really looking to, you know, throw any shade on any other artist, but I'm pretty much, you know, something that's missing in the whole Chicago music scene in general.
And even with Kanye and Chance the Rapper and what's the other guy?
Yeah, it's just, yeah, you know, Chance is doing his thing. I'm not throwing any shade towards any other Chicago rapper in general, but I feel like I would fit more so into that, because my aim is more so changing the music in general. You know, those guys, they have their own different set missions, and not to say that I don't agree with those either, because I'm with it, but, you know, maybe they need somebody to come in and focus on that aspect too, because I feel like music is influenced. The stuff that we put out influence people to do the stuff that they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my belief. I don't know if everybody else believes that, but music holds so much power to the people in general and the people that use it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it should be used in a different way.
Yes, sir. So, man, like, I've been looking for, like, the longest from Chicago, because you got, like, the drill and trap genres. Then you got, like I said, Kanye, Chance the Rapper, vic-mensa with, you know, the creative part. And then you got Lupe Fiasco with, like, a wordsmith. And you got Twister with, just fast lyrical abilities. I'm just looking for like one artist to bridge all of those elements together. Yeah, and I think you kind of touch on some of that, man, in your music.
Yeah, definitely. I the main thing I try to do is to maintain versatility. I try to show that I can pretty much roll with the punches and keep up with it.
Definitely.
It's the game. It's changed a lot because of how often the cadence and the themes of music, it just changes like every month. It's like it changes so much to the point where it's hard for a lot of guys to keep up.
Yeah.
That's why we don't really hear too much from a lot of our favorites. It's more so the young guys doing it because they created this wave, so they coming with it. And it's repetitive. But I feel like I can keep up, and I can also bring forth those elements that people are looking for as well, especially from Chicago.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Do you have your heart set on another location that you probably want to set your roots in?
Can you say that again?
I said, do you have your heart set on another location, perhaps?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Midwest has always been home. I thought about the East Coast too, because I've been over there. I got family on the East Coast, so I'm not a stranger to the East Coast as well.
Awesome.
But I mean, for the most part, I'd rather keep it real, keep it with Chicago. Put my city on the map in a way I never had before, and nobody ever had before.
All right, gotcha. And would it be fair to say that your brand new album, New Print, will be your best album or project to date?
I would say it's different from anything I've done before that. It may be so different that it just may be my best work, But I can't really say if it's my best to date because I got more coming. I got something special coming for the people. So I don't know. I mean, I'd rather for the people to be the judge on that. But if I had to say, yeah, I had to say it's my best work so far.
Okay. I like that answer, man. And I like the way you put that. So you dropped the single called Light. When it comes to the difficult decisions on what song should make the record or not, who do you trust with input on that, and what makes them a part of that inner circle of support?
Well, I usually trust my cousin I spoke on before, Smokey Law, and my engineer Edwin Pierce. Those two guys, they know my style perhaps better than I do. They watch from the outside, how I'm doing this. They don't know exactly where it comes from, except for the parts where they inspire and they help, and they put in their 2 cents from the music or whatever. But they play a really important role due to the fact that they're able to direct me sometimes when I lose sight. When I'm songwriting is a real difficult process. So if you don't have at least a second mind to help you with it, sometimes you might just start writing about something that's way off, or you may not have that same integrity in the next few bars that you had before.
Right.
And they really play a good role as far as criticizing and letting me know, hey, that wasn't hot, man. Maybe you should rethink that one, And Edwin, he's like this sound genius, man. It's like during the recording process, he will have me working, literally working, and we won't leave that room until it sounds good to his ears.
Yes,
and that's something that I need, because not everything to my ears would be 100% to the next person. So we don't leave until it's good to his ears.
I like that. A lot of artists actually need to take notes on that one. Don't lead to somebody else says that, okay, yeah, this is perfect. Because sometimes our ears can be tired, our voices can be tired, and we just let it ride. And I hear it a lot on records, nah, man, you can't let that ride. Tighten that up.
Exactly, right.
Yeah, man. So coming back to coming back to your record for a moment, I was completely impressed, man. I thought the way that you put together, the structure on lights was spot on perfection, truly. And I really felt that your soul came through on the single, through the passion in your voice, and watching with interest the visuals of the music video you just dropped on, I think it was March the 9th. With that being said, like, what artists before you did you listen to growing up that you feel have an influence on what you write and perform today?
Well, I would have to say Nas, Jay-Z, artists that came before me recently, J. Cole, Kendrick, Lil Wayne. I listen to a lot of. I really can't really just pinpoint like a small group, because I actually listened to a lot of hip hop growing up. I've actually taken notes from everybody that I've listened to who came before me. Actually,
that's dope.
Because so I'm pretty much like inspired by all of them.
Awesome.
Music is art, man. My judgment level, like the way I criticize music, is way different from a lot of people.
Yeah, I could tell, man. You sound like you can really pick apart a song. Mention like key points, strong point, weak points. Yeah. Even probably dissect some bars and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's the type of artist I am. If I can't look at music at that point, then I can't make great music.
Yeah. Okay. So your album is called New Print, and the first thing that came to my mind was Jay-Z's Blueprint. Is that like a play on his album title?
Yeah, man. I mean, originally, when I came up with the idea, like, I actually just wanted to like dedicate the album to him. It's like out of the influences that I named, like, Jay-Z is actually number one.
Yeah.
Hey, number one on that list. Like, I actually look up to him a lot, where, not just with rap, just with, his business moves, how just him as, as a black man in general in this country, just seeing how he came up. I want the same thing for myself, and why not start with the thing that I love, with music?
Yes, sir. Okay.
So I mean, when I created, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, when I created New Print, I wanted to dedicate the whole album to him, just to really show, like, after, he dropped 444, which, in my theory, I feel like it's like the fourth Blueprint. But, I feel like he was actually trying to start, something that we actually needed, that we needed to hear, for one. And we need more people to actually speak on stuff like that. So New Print is just really showing him that I'm capable of picking up on that, picking up the torch on that point.
Gotcha. I got you. And tell us a little bit more about the album. It came out in March, right? Beginning of March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dropped it in March.
What features are on it?
There are no features.
No features.
Yeah.
So it's all Cvsh Ali.
It's all Cvsh Ali, 100% me. I actually owe it to people who actually listen to my music, who actually tune in with me. The last couple of projects I released, I had mad features on them. Like, not every single song, but there were a lot of features, and I feel like people wanted more of me and more of who Cvsh Ali is, as an artist. And I feel like that's another thing, that New Print really stands on, besides the message that I'm delivering. It's actually showing more of who I am. So that way, my artists have more, not my artists, but my listeners have more to stand on when they speak on me. It won't have to always be like, I heard him on this song, and there was another guy on there, he was pretty dope too. It's like, have you heard that Cvsh Ali song, Black Bastard? Or have you heard that Cvsh Ali song, Light? it's all me, you know, on that entire album. So
Definitely.
I feel like it'd be a real treat for my fans and my listeners.
How many tracks did you put on it?
There are 9 tracks on the album.
Okay.
Yeah, 9 tracks, 3 interviews. Well, 3 interview clips, actually.
Ah, dope. Okay. So
yeah, on those interview clips, I'm actually my engineer Edwin Pierce. He's actually interviewing me, and he's asking questions, you know, just to see what my standpoint is on life, you know, life politics and stuff like that. You know, and I actually dropped some gems, man. I actually really, you know, people gotta go get the album and listen to it to hear it all. You know, but I actually touched on some stuff, some really strong points on that too.
Man, I believe you. Because right from the top, you was telling me how, you know, about the origin of Africa, the name. Man.
Oh, yeah.
That's just not basic info, you know? You pull out the air.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know, man. It's like, I've always been that type growing up, man. It's just always been me. It's always been some good shit.
Definitely.
It's always been that higher level of thinking type of person.
All right, guys. After the commercial break, it'll be time for our usual tradition. It is called the hot seat, and our fans love this part of the segment, of course, along with the actual interview. But the audience get to hear either Cvsh Ali provide us with some vocals, maybe poetry, inspirational speech. Maybe you want to freestyle rap for us, tell a joke, a story, or maybe even play a live instrument. You never know what these creative minds and vessels will produce in spotlight. And tonight we'll find out if Cvsh Ali has what it takes to be put on the spot, a test of his true artistry, and maybe even some hidden talent.
Go up in the headphones, man. I've been working way harder than a little bit. Rolling marijuana, take a little hit. Damn, it's really smoking, where'd you even get it? Got me in the inspiration, metamorphosis, feeling unbreakable. This is no thanks to you, everything we got goes towards it. We never had it all, I remember when my mama couldn't afford Jordans. Style on top of style. Now, these days they see me ball, no kinship to LeVar. All the things we saw, damn, we made it far. Damn, we made it far. They didn't believe in us, couldn't conceive the trust, their hearts only bleed with lust. At this point in the game, I'm clutch, but I've been swimming the water with sluts. I gotta keep my focus. These days they barely notice. I've been searching my soul to find gold. Euphoria untold, the matrix on overload. I'm trying to break the code, but how long we gon' last it? When our situation really on the fritz. If it really means something, never quit. I can't wait to tell my niggas that we rich. I know you've been waiting for this moment your whole life. I've been working day and night just to make it out this life. It's gonna be a long night. Yeah, it's gonna be a long night. Yeah, it's gonna be a long night. Turn the lights up. I got my eyes on the charts. She got her mind on my heart. I'm like, baby, did you hear my new? Nah, nigga, is we getting married or not? Damn, I guess she busy working on the life goals. But without me, man, I wonder where her life go. You know I had to bring a couple bows to the light show. When I disappear, where the lights go. But that was just a reference. Hey, babe, you cannot expect this to be any lesser than the next man. I've been about this way before you met me. Style on top of style. Now, these days they see me flex on Kansas City flex. But I rep my sets, I've been the real one since. Yeah, I've been the real one since I was in the womb like a pharaoh in his tomb. I've been self-preserving. Brand new shit, you never heard it. I know you scared, but don't worry. I know you've been waiting for this moment your whole life. I've been working day and night just to make it out this life. It's gonna be a long night. Yeah, it's gonna be a long night. Yeah, it's gonna be a long night.
Wouldn't you love to take your business to the next level? Well, now you can. Just visit classy-technology.com. Let us simplify technology for your business. Our services include website and business mobile app development, local SEO, business technology coaching, digital marketing, even online training courses. That's classy-technology.com. Why wait? Book your free technology consultation today by calling 734-215-7675. Put the passion back into your business and let the team at Classy Technology handle everything for you. That's classy-technology.com, the technology stylists.
And that was Cvsh Ali with the song Light. All right, man, that was dope. Very ambient. Just imagine the value in your own life must come from you. You cannot take it from someone else or borrow it or inherit it or marry it or just get lucky and happen upon it. You must produce it. Your life has meaning only to the extent that you make something of it. Only to the extent that you make your own unique contribution to the world. Imagine that you are the most powerful and creative entity in the universe, that you have the power to create your own reality, and you have done so. You have created everything you could ever imagine or hope for, and yet you are bored by it all. You realize that your fulfillment comes through challenge, and there are no challenges left. So being the limitless creative force that you are, you decide to create the ultimate challenge for yourself. You put all your creative energy into building this ultimate challenge, excited by the prospect of being truly alive again. When it is all ready to go, you open the door that leads to your challenge, step inside, when you find yourself exactly as the person you are right now, in precisely the same situation that you are in today. Now, how would you live out that adventure that you've worked so hard to create for yourself? You say, what are you talking about, Dini? I didn't kill. Look, the challenge is yourself, okay? Being the better version of you every single day you wake up. That's your challenge. All you got to do is live your life. Live your purpose. Create opportunities for yourself. Take that from me, Dini-Mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond. Let's bring the man of the hour back on. Cvsh Ali, you're back live with us in our hot seat. What do you have for us?
Yeah, so I'm gonna kick a few bars for everybody, man.
Awesome.
Come with it. All right. I asked her, can I get a taste of that yummy, young, sweet and chewy bubble gum, powdered liquor till she said she loved me because I'm talented and black. Then I turned around and asked her, how irrelevant is that? Yeah, how irrelevant is that? Because a nigga with some talent in the bank account balance still not achieve a piece because he's black. How deep is that? Can I have a piece of freedom? Can I get a piece of peace? Then at least less deceased. Meanwhile, they fabricating war. I'm trying to fornicate between the sheets and get a taste. Look, I'm feeling great. I feel at large. I'm feeling like God's son, but my father wasn't ours. I feel the spirits. I feel the vibe. If he commits suicide, then his legacy won't survive. Nah, you can taste the waste of time. Hold up, rewind, check it. If he commits suicide, then his legacy won't survive. Nah, you can taste the waste of time. You could paint a portrait of the shit that's on my mind. They say life could be a bitch, but me and Shorty intertwined. But I wasn't really into spending time at the time. I used to tell her time after time, I'm going to get my shit together knowing damn well I'm lying. This shit's a shame, but I ain't crying. I did it wrong, but I ain't a crying like it's harsh, but yet sublime. And I'm trying to fuck until the world ends, but she ain't got to be my girlfriend.
Oh, dope. Man, where you want to send everybody to check out those websites and social media links?
Yeah, man, you could follow me anywhere at GodMCXL. That's GODMCXL. I'm new print out right now. It's on YouTube, it's on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play. You know what I'm saying? Take your pick. RoyalBlackNation.com. Also, subscribe to our YouTube page, Royal Black.
Awesome sauce. And guys, just in case you need any of those links, all you got to do is click on the description of the show, and all the info is right there. So all you have to do is click the links. I did all the hard work for you guys. Thank me later. All right, man. We definitely appreciate your time, Cvsh Ali, man. You be blessed, man. We'll be watching for you for the rest of this year. And anytime you want to come holler at us, man, just drop us a line.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me, man.
No doubt. No doubt.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/only1media group, iTunes, YouTube, any app that's on a Google Play or iTunes store, or our website. And that goes from every single episode that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or a particular guest or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@only1mediagroup.com. If it's music, please label it by artist and title. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini-Mussolini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word, because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, as well as Spreaker. We always follow back. That is the number one rule. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely great at just doing that. Avoid being too comfortable, because you're messing with your potential when you do that. Peace and have a good night.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.only1mediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.
How would you love to take your business to the next level? Well, now you can. Just visit classy-technology.com. Let us simplify technology for your business. Our services include website and business mobile app development, local SEO, business technology coaching, digital marketing, even online training courses. That's classy-technology.com. Why wait? Book your free technology consultation today by calling 734-215-7675. Put the passion back into your business and let the team at Classy Technology handle everything for you. That's classy-technology.com, the technology stylists.